Hi there everyone, I'm Danny and welcome to this episode of All Monsters Go to Space. Today I'm bringing you a video requested by DR, the British water hag Ginny Greenteeth. She is also known as Wicked Jenny and Jenny Greenteeth, depending on where you are in the UK. She hails from Lancashire, Lincolnshire, Cheshire, Shropshire and even places in North Staffordshire. Her description tends to stay the same throughout though. She has green-tinged skin, long, lank black hair, long, claw-like nails, big eyes and sharp green teeth with long, gangly limbs. There is at least one report that she had no form, but this was because she was never seen out of the water. She would reside in any body of water, but especially the stagnant kind. If you see water that has that sheet of duckweed or pondweed covering it, it's said to be a sign that she is there. At times this weed can be very deceiving, so much so that people have continued over it and fallen through it, potentially even drowning. She was also said to hide in the upper branches of a tree and lay in wait for her next victim. She would wait for children and the elderly to get close to her, reach out a long arm and drag them down into the water and eat them after they had drowned. If you ever hear an eerie, creepy whistling next time you're by water covered in duckweed, it's said to be her, waiting nearby. There is a legend in East Riding, Yorkshire about a girl who drowned in a river, who then became the legend of Ginny Greenteeth. In 2018, she got a bit of a resurgence. An Australian tourist was visiting a cemetery in Liverpool, the St James Cemetery, and they took a photo not noticing anything unusual at the time. But when they looked at it later, they noticed a figure in the background, a figure whose face cannot be seen as they're facing away from the camera, but seems a little hunched over with very long, lank black hair. Could it have been her? There are a few beings similar to Ginny, like Peg Powler, another water hag, and any other hag-like creature who lurks near water waiting to drown the vulnerable. And in America, at Lake Erie to be exact, there is a figure in folklore who is also called Ginny Greenteeth. But she is more of a storm hag who looks similar to a water hag but has a cloud of white hair and has lightning jumping between her fingers and teeth. As you can imagine, Ginny Greenteeth features throughout popular culture. She appears in various D&D adventure modules, specifically the 5th edition, like Tales Trees Tell, The Ghost, The Dark Lord, and Suits of the Mist. In the fantasy film Legend from 1985, the character Meg Mucklebones was inspired by her. Joel Hayward included her in his compilation Ginny Greenteeth and Other Short Stories. Terry Pratchett had her feature in The We Free Men. She also appears in the novels Summer Night and Proven Guilty by Jim Butcher. In the Water Baby stories by Simon Brom, she was actually a water demon. She also appears in the novels Summer Night and Proven Guilty by Jim Butcher. Melissa Marr gave a brief mention in her novel Ink Exchange. Going back to Joel Hayward, he penned a poem called Welsh Maiden, which included her as a main subject, along with Peg Powler of the Tees. She appeared in the sci-fi video game Remember Me. Leif Shawcross won the Aurelius Award for Best Young Adult Short Story with her piece Pretty Jenny Greenteeth. And last but not least, a familiar name for many a comics fan, Mike Mignola included her in a Hellboy comic called The Corpse. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and click the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video in the comments and on Twitter. Bye!